going to be here.
I guess I may as well go. If you got a specialist, you would have been back by now. Nurse, can you call the number I gave you? It said someone would pick me up if I didn't get to stay.
Sure.
It's been nice meeting all of you guys.
Yeah.
Hope everything works out. Miss Varner, hope your parents give you the greatest Christmas you could ever have.
My kids, my grandkids will.
Your grandkids.
Yeah, you know what? I can't wait to see them open their presents.
I bet you can't. Hey, Harry. Hope your finger doesn't hurt much.
It's okay there. I ain't
You
stopped
still work.
working. Yep, that's right.
Hey, Ethan, I can take you home. Let me just go put these files away.
Okay. Thanks, nurse.
There he is. Go ahead and touch him. He wants his sight back.
But what if he would rather have one of his other requests granted?
You can't be serious. What could possibly be more important to him than having his eyesight restored?
I guess you're right. Again. I just hope I'm not making a mistake. I mean, I can't afford to make another one.
You can't.
Detroit Louie, that's a silly name. Bet that's not your name at all.
What do you mean? Of course it's my name. I ought to know my own name. And besides, what do you want to know it for, kid?
It's okay, I have my reasons.
Yeah, well, whatever they are, you leave Detroit Louie out of it.
Oh, but you are in them. In fact, you're in every single one and even in the center of them. And I'd be a little bit more comfortable if I can call a real name in my prayers.
Look,
Instead of a
kid.
silly name like Detroit Louie.
Oh, kid, look. I've told you once, I don't want your prayers and I don't need your prayers.
But I already prayed. You heard me. I said, please, Lord, let Christmas come to Detroit Louie. And I won't stop asking until it does come and something happens to soften up that old heart of yours. And I bet it's not as hard as you pretend it is anyhow.
Yeah, well, you know what? You don't know everything about me, all right?
Please, let's not argue. We have enough to worry about without arguing amongst ourselves. Look, it's snowing outside. The ground's almost covered.
Oh, man, I wish I could see it. Bet it's beautiful.
Yeah, you think it's beautiful. Wait till tomorrow and all the cars drive around and mix up all the oil and the ash and stuff. Then you'll see how beautiful it looks.
Look at those boys over there. They don't even have a coat on. And you know what? My medical journal says you can catch a cold or the flu without a coat. And look at this one over here. He's balling up the snow with his bare hands. You wouldn't even think it was cold out there looking at them. Crazy
Yeah, well,
kids.
you ought to try sleeping on it for a few nights, lady. You might make a startling discovery.
Doesn't show any signs of letting up, does it?
No.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I hope the boys haven't seen it yet, because you know what I think I'll do? I'll tell my son not to tell the boys about it. And then, in the morning, I'll go in and I'll wake them up. And I'll say, hey, look what your grandma brought you for Christmas. And then I'll fling open the curtains and there it'll be. Oh, boy. They'll know how much their grandma loves them then, won't they?
Yeah, I bet they will, especially if you put a big old rainbow across the sky and an oak tree out there for the bluebirds. All right, Granny, look, you're driving me nuts, all of you. All right, Granny, face it. Your son, he left you here. He's not coming back.
No.
All right, you're done. You're deserted. You're getting checked in.
No, that's not true. My
Yeah, it
son's
is.
coming back.
No, I heard that.
You tell him that. My son's coming
You
back.
just tell her the truth.
Yes.
Are you satisfied now, Mr. Detroit Louie? Whatever hope she had left is now gone, thanks to you.
Oh, that's it. Harry, this is the worst doctor I've ever seen. He's not even seen a patient since we've been here. Let's go. Come on, we're out. I know. We'll go find somebody who actually works, all right? These people talking about Christmas and using it as a crutch. That's what it is, all right? Like that cane you walk with, Granny. You sit here and you say, oh, my son's not going to do anything mean to me. It's Christmas time. He's not going to kick me out. It's Christmas. Yet here you sit, okay? And you're scared of who? Craig? Well, you won't tell him the truth, so you pop some pills so you don't have to face reality, and you don't even do that right. And kid, look, you're blind now. Next year, you're going to be blind. 1,000 Christmases from now and all the wishes in the world, it's not going to matter. You'll always be blind. Harry, let's go. Come on, man. Come on. We'll just fix it. You know, these people are crazy. You probably believe it won't.
Mr. Louie, Mr. Louie.
What?
I still mean it, even more now. It just doesn't matter anymore. But I'd like to see one thing though. I'd like to be there with eyes wide open and see when it'll happen. And it will happen. Just as sure as there's God in heaven, and Christmas will come to Detroit Louie.
Look, kid, I've already told you once. I don't...
Detroit was bad enough, but this topside one, you are never going to get your wings.
Oh, Harry. What's the matter there, Louie? Harry? What's the matter? My equilibrium is low.
Really, I need some help.
You hear that music?
What music? I ain't hear no music.
That
What
little
sound
pretty music. Sound, what do you call this thing? A hop.
Ha, I didn't hear no ha.
I need to sit.
Sit down.
I need to sit. Yeah, there we go.
Well, if you hear it again, you better listen real carefully, because it's not going to be heard where you're going.
She's mean.
Lay off the hops, Louie. I don't feel too good myself, you know?
Well, now what are we going to do? You have just bestowed our Christmas blessings on a pickpocket. And then you robbed this little blind boy of his happiness.
I don't know what came over me. I mean, have you ever seen such sincerity on a little boy's face? The way that he said, Christmas will come to Detroit, Louie. I guess that's what did it.
Take a look at him. Out of all Earth's teeming masses, you chose him. Oh my, you chose him. And isn't he a darling?
Oh, Harry, I really don't feel good. I mean, even you're starting to look good.
I don't care what he is. I mean, I still think I chose right this Christmas. If Christ came into the world for these kinds of people, then I think it only proper on his birthday to introduce him to one of them.
That might be true, but what about the rest of them? You could have bestowed a blessing on any one of them, and they could have gone anywhere else in the world with it. But you chose him. And what about her? What's Christmas hold in store for her? She will probably die when she learns that she's going to be in a nursing home.
But don't you see? Their needs are on the outside, daily needs. So what if she should die tonight? Tomorrow she could wake with a blessing that far surpasses imagination. And him, he's blind. So what if he never beholds this old world? Will that dim the glory of heaven when he beholds it? Louie's needs are on the inside. Why do you think that his name was not recorded in our books? Because nobody bothered to call it in prayer before. I saw my chance and I took it. So you just stand back out of my way. I may have to hitch a ride back to heaven, but one thing's for sure. Christmas will come to Detroit, Louie.
Oh, Louie! Louie, I hear the music now. It kind of sounds like bells and stuff, huh?
Bells? Those couldn't be sleigh bells, could they?
Sleigh bells! Oh, I want to see the reindeer.
Merry Christmas, everyone! Merry Christmas! Ooh. Mind if I come in more for a minute?
Yeah, come sit here.
You the guy that was ringing the bells?
Yeah, that was me. Ooh. I put a kettle outside for some of the orphans. The other worker must have gone sick and got home, so I gotta take over for him. As soon as I get this numbness out of my hands, my ringing didn't startle you, did it?
Didn't bother me at all. Just maybe a little squirt here.
The baby on the ground for me.
Mr. Walla Walla, you're singing a Christmas song.
Walla Walla?
Lady, you've been talking about Christmas all day, and now I'm singing a Christmas carol, and it's wrong? What's wrong with you?
Just saying,
What?
you and Christmas.
Hey, is that a Bible? Are you a minister?
Well, I guess you could call me something like that. You see, all of us down at headquarters have to serve an apprenticeship on the streets. Some witness, some preach. And me, I just stand on the corner and ring the bell.
But why did you pick this corner? You'll be lucky if somebody doesn't steal clothes from it rather than contributes to it.
Yeah, I guess it was a hasty decision. Well, I've done my... Thanks for letting me warm.
Aww.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, whatever.
I almost forgot. You see, we have a ruling down at headquarters that we can't take anything from anyone unless we give something back in return.
You don't
Now-
owe us anything. All we do is give you a chair.
Oh, yes, I do. You offer me warmth and fellowship. Can a man ask for anything more on Christmas?
Yes.
Now, I'll tell you what. Since this is Christmas,
And I have my Bible. I'll just read you the Christmas story.
Oh, what about the reindeer too?
Read it from here. Read it from here.
Rum, pum, pum.
How about that, Mr. Louie?
Rum, pum.
We read the Christmas story, right?
Yeah, sure, why not? Go ahead.
In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria, and everyone went to their own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born. And she gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in clothes and placed him in a manger because there was no guest room available for them. And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby. They were keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find a baby wrapped in clothes lying in a manger." Suddenly, a great company of heavenly hosts appeared with the angel, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest heaven, and on earth peace to those on whom his favor rests." When the angels had left them and gone into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let's go to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has told us about." So they hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the baby, who was lying in the manger. When they had seen him, they spread the word concerning what had been told about this child. And all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds said to them. But Mary treasured up all these things and pondered them in her heart. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things they had heard and seen, which were just as they had been told.
Now,